How's it going, folks? Today I'm going to do a basic demonstration of how to install a clutch in a TRX 450R. I got a lot of stuff already prepped, so I'm not going to go through all those first steps. I mean, you need to pull off the clutch cover, pull off your flywheel, pull the bolts out, pull the springs out, heavy stuff. So if you already know that, you should know it. If you don't, you should have read it on the internet. So I'm not going to do it. I already got it done. So what I'm going to do is come over here. See all that? It's already pulled apart. Got the oil drain. Zoom back out. Got my tools down there. I use the power tools. I use the power tools to take them off. I wouldn't recommend using the power tools to put them back on. And if you do, I wouldn't tighten them all the way down because you don't want to break a bolt off in your aluminum case. Come over here. I've had the plates soaking in oil for about 24 hours, maybe a little bit longer, give or take. I use the Tusk brand parts. Seems to be the one everyone's recommending. And I have basic instructions just to help me in case I get lost on the way. Take your judder springs out. Should be another one in here because they don't go back with the factory. They don't go back with the aftermarket kit. Some of them do, some of them don't. This one doesn't. Got my new springs. Now what some people tell you, what some people don't tell you is after removing your judder spring, your clutch disc, your fiber disc with the smallest fibers on it is the one that goes in place of your judder spring. I'll tell you. I also didn't have a pair of pliers. I also didn't have a pick to get the judder spring out. So what I did was I took a fishing hook, put it in a pair of needle nose pliers, reached it in there, hooked it around, pull the judder spring out. So the judder spring came out. After the folk soap and spot fiber. So as I said, you put the smallest one in first. One with the smallest fibers goes in first. Like so. And so forth. I'm sure you looked at Rocky Mountain's video, he does it pretty quick. I ain't got all that high-tech knowledge of how to use all these goddamn cameras. So mine ain't gonna go that fast. It's as simple as that. Pretty much if you watch this video, it's gonna be in real time. It's not gonna be in fucking cut and fast forward and whatnot. It's gonna be in real time. Oh. And it's fucking cold out here in Portland, fucking Oregon. Your last plate should be your last piece, should be your fiber. If done correctly. Get that shit to the side. Come in here. Grab this pressure plate. Pressure plate. Grab the bearing. Pressure plate bearing, you know. Bearing on. My washer's in there. Got that on like so. You know, the 400 is so much easier, but you know, it just don't have the shit. It don't have what it takes, and I'm not a big fan of putting 416s and 440 kits in a fucking air-cooled engine. It's just, to me, it just doesn't make sense. You got your springs. Just don't really make too much sense to put all that money into a 400 just for someone to have a air-cooled 450. And fucking, if you beat them, you know, you're just running the hell out of your fucking engine. It just doesn't make sense. So, not a big fan of that. If you want a bigger bike, buy a bigger bike. You know, I might, you know, I wouldn't now. I might put a kit on this 450, but it's air cooled. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, it's liquid cooled. And also, as you see, I'm not no professional on this stuff. I gotta, you know, I know how to do a few things, you know. I know how to build a few engines and cars and stuff like that. I'm not really a motorcycle builder, you know what I'm saying? I really don't do all that, but you know, some things, you know, if you get a book, you can read a little bit, look it up, and find the specs out. And you can get in there. If you've got a little bit of common sense, a little bit of knowledge, you can pull it off. For welding, for instance, I never went to school for welding. I went to a welding shop as a helper. I would have bought me a welding helmet, and when people were welding, I would watch them. I'd watch to see what their hands were doing and what the wire was doing, and just, you know, overall asking questions, putting the springs on. I don't know if you need to soak the springs in oil, but you know, I just doing some extra shit. But yeah, you know, I didn't go to school to weld no shit up. Learn how to weld or nothing like that. I went to school to be an auto mechanic, but you know, overall, I'm a construction worker. I'm a paver. I worked at a few shops here and there, and did a few things here and there, but I'm not no, my trade is not a mechanic, but the whole point of this jibber jabber is, you know, being no mechanic or no fan or no specialist to do this kind of stuff. You know, there's enough information on the internet to help you, to get you to get this shit done right. You know, you call the people up and they'll tell you, oh, well, it's just hardcore, you know, you don't want to do it, bring it in and we'll charge you $85 an hour to get some of this stuff done. Now, a valve adjustment, you know, I might take it in, you know, because I know how to adjust valves on vehicles and stuff like that, but a motorcycle, it's kind of the same, similar concept, but these are high performance engines, and I don't want to mess my stuff up. Then you really will be having to fix it. So like I said earlier, I'm putting these on, I wouldn't, you know, if you're not familiar with using these things, I would not do it because you're going to break something. But you know me, I've been doing it for a while with this little tool and doing sensitive parts, so I'm going to do it. But when I get to the final time, I switch off to a ratchet and hand tighten it. This thing will bust the boat. You know, they do the crisscross pattern. Just always start them. I would always recommend starting them. Don't do no NASCAR stuff, because that's how you strip stuff across everything. You know, just get them in a little bit, let it tighten it up. You know, don't be a lazy ass. That's how shit gets fucked up. You come over here, you grab your socket and your ratchet, and you torque them by hand. Or you can have a torque wrench on hand, which, you know, I have one, but fucking I'm not, you know. I didn't think I was going to be making no video. I just said, I should make a video, you know. And so, I didn't get no torque wrench, you know. this motherfucker on there. Try to stump my hand just a little bit. Make sure it's tight. Again, that little tool will bust one of these bolts off in your fucking transmission piece, and then you're gonna be fucked, probably. Sure, you can run without it, but why fucking do some dumb shit like that? And you go all and just make sure, hit them all once again. If everything's correct, the shit should be right, but always have problems. One way or another, you always run into something. Alrighty. So, now I'm going to pretty much install the plate back. I already inspected my gasket. I have an extra one. But I was reading on the thing, you should always, if you don't need it, don't use it. Just save it for the next time around. Always have extra one. They say put Loctite on some of this shit. I'm not really a big Loctite fan. That's how you put shit on, the shit get hot and seize up, and then fuck the shit up. Put this thing on. Same principle. Put these on by hand, get them started. Get them all started. It's 8mm. I don't know where I put the goddamn thing up. It's around here somewhere. See, professional have all the shit showing off and know where everything is at all times. You know what I'm saying? Only thing professional means you get paid to do something. That's what you are paid to do. That's what professional means. You get the people on there, you want to look all fancy and shit, got the nice snap-on boxes showing, and technically I just moved, so I don't have all my toolboxes. I got the tools I need. I got $10,000 worth of Sun tools in my friend's fucking little storage center. Same thing here. You put this on. Don't fucking do that. You will bust some shit up. I use this thing to take my tires on and off, switch them from sand to dirt, put them on. I don't even, if I got a good battery, I don't even use a torque wrench when I'm done. And I've been doing it for 5-6 years now. Not with this particular one, with a different one, but with this one, about a few years. Take the things on and off. It's not even a half-inch chuck. It's I take this, stick it in here, put that in there, and I use my adapters. I do have a half-inch impact, but that's a little overkill.